Hey guys, what's up? So, in my last video, I spoke about New Year's resolutions. Well, I'd like to touch up on that subject just a little bit further. So, they're right around the corner. People are probably writing up how they plan to start the new year. And here's the thing, it doesn't have to just be about being healthier. Your New Year's resolution could be quite a few things. You know, it usually turns in, I used to make them myself, but New Year's resolutions are usually like a laundry list. They even kind of look like a bucket list, honestly. But the problem with that is I've posted about this before. I posted about it last year, but the going from 2019 to 2020, that's not going to suddenly change what's going on up in here. You have to work on that day by day. That's a gradual process. It doesn't just suddenly change. Going from 2019 to 2020, that does not give you a perfect storm of opportunity. It's not a clean slate. You're still in the same life with the same mistakes, with the same good decisions that you've made. You're stuck with, the same debt if you have any. You're stuck with the same car if you have one. Everything is all the same. The problem is that when we go into this, people think that all of the above applies. It doesn't. It doesn't just magically change. What is supposed to change is this, and that doesn't change just because of a new year. So, I'm not telling you that you shouldn't make them. I'm telling you to stick by them. That's where the real change happens. When you plan with consistency, that is how the real change is made. 21 days to form a mental habit. It usually takes about 3 months for our bodies to adapt to new things. Like if you start taking fish oil, it usually takes about 3 months for your body to start acknowledging the nutrients and the fats that you're getting, so that way it can start kicking in, and your heart ticks better, your joints feel less achy, you feel less sore, you feel better, things like that. But overly all, it's a day-by-day thing, constantly hacking away at it, and, never missing a day, Think of it like adding to a bank account. Your deposit is due every day. And it grows. Just like that. And it takes a while to form these habits, but that's how you start anything. You start anything by putting one foot in front of the other. Failing to prepare is preparing to fail. It's one of my favorite quotes ever because it couldn't be more accurate. So every night that I get home, as much as I just want to chill out after working, training, and then filming, and, I'm getting ready for a potential USPA meet, United States Powerlifting Agency, but all I want to do is sit down and chill. I don't want to, it's not that I don't want to film. I absolutely want to film. I'm super excited to always bring you guys content, but I don't want to sit and talk and expend more energy. I mean, that sounds lazy, but I'm just like most of you. I just want to go home and chill. I've had enough of the day, and it's time for, me time. So after filming, I usually clean, cook, and get ready for the next day, because I like the idea that I can just wake up at 6 in the morning, maybe do a little bit of cleaning if I miss something, and then just grab my bag and be on my way to work. That's how I like it. My food is already prepared. Everything's already good to go. So, this is the way that I just explained my day going, and you don't have to do it like me. Everybody's life is different. Everybody's schedule and timing is different. But preparing days in advance. I prepare most of my stuff is prepared a week in advance. But I cook food daily because I like it new. I don't like that leftover sensation. I prep my clothes the night in advance. I prep most things I prep the night in advance, but I do buy a week's worth of food and all that good stuff. But yeah, like preparing and getting ready for the next day, you don't really have to think about it, the stress of it or anything. Just think about dominating it. Think about owning it, making it yours, and just being on top of all of it. This is how you're never going to need to make another New Year's resolution again. And with that, again, I premise that if you do make a New Year's resolution, it is fine. Just follow through with it. Habits, day by day, you hack away at it. It's kind of like doing homework. When you don't pull that last second stuff by procrastinating, it's amazing how good you can start to actually feel when you go to class and you're prepared. You did your homework. You know about the subject. You want the teacher to call on you so that you can raise your hand and answer the question and feel good that you studied and know about it. That's how this is. So just think about it. New Year's resolutions fail because once December comes around, all people talk about is how they're going to change everything around. New year, new me, all that BS jazz. I say BS because statistically people are very greatly inclined to fail because they did not plan for it. And it is a negative thing. I'm not trying to offend anybody, but it's only negative because you allow it to be. I remember some years ago I said that my New Year's resolution was going to be to not eat junk at all this year. I think I flunked that 2 days in. I really wasn't disciplined. I did not have this, this great plan in my head. I didn't really think about it. I honestly only gave it about a week before the New Year struck. So New Year's resolutions with weight loss and, particularly any endeavor really, they fail because people just have this mentality that it's a magic pill, it's a clean slate, so therefore it makes it easier. It doesn't. Essentially nothing changes except for numbers. Time is technically non-existent. So why do we run our lives like that? Sure, you might have to be somewhere at 4 o'clock, but how you prep for it is what actually counts. So hack away at it. It's a mental process. It's more mental than anything. You might need to physically do this and that, but it's purely mental, really. I mean, most people might say it's diet and exercise that matters the most, and then they'll say, nutrition is this much, throw out like a random percentage, some kind of ratio. Nutrition is like 80% and training is like 20%. I think that's all crap. I think it's all in your head, because if this thing is not right, if you didn't think it out, if you did not plan it, this will not be the recipient of anything. If you quit up here, this will follow. This always follows this. Think about that. So, New Year's resolutions, nah. Just do it now. Start tonight. That's the best way to go about it. I mean, I jumped from the hot tub straight into the cold water, but that's just, I wanted it on the spot. And it worked. If you're okay doing that, go ahead. Just know you're going to be missing a lot of stuff right away. So be slow, be gradual, but do it now. Don't wait for the new year. Have a good night, guys. Got some smelling salt here, and I believe I hit this for a triple. But guys, seriously, take serious consideration into what I just said in the entire video. It takes a while, all right? It takes time, and all you have to do is be patient, put one foot in front of the other, and just stay mentally strong. You're going to end up giving a lot of stuff, but it's all for the better, I promise. Have a good one, guys.